In this video I'm going to show you how to make homemade sage and onion stuffing. This recipe is not unique to me or my family, but it's one that was used by the family and handed down as it is in many generations, so I thought it would be nice to make a video showing how it's done. So the first job is to get 200 grams of onion, or one onion, this weighs 200 grams, and finely, or not finely, roughly chop it I should say. Now the onion's roughly chopped, it needs to go into a boiling pan of water just to soften and cook the onion for a couple of minutes. So the next thing is, I'm using fresh sage, so a handful of sage, chop that up as fine as you can. Now you can use if you haven't got fresh sage, you can use the dried sage, but you'd only use about a teaspoon of that, because the dried sage is much stronger in flavour than fresh sage. Now the sage is finely chopped, we'll put that into a bowl. And then we want the breadcrumbs, and I've made my own breadcrumbs. All you want is about 200 grams. I use proper bread, I don't use the cheap bread, it's a proper loaf, and I weighed out some slices up to 200 grams and then chopped it finely into breadcrumbs, crust and all, and chuck them in. Like that, and then you want about an ounce or so of butter. I can go in, salt and pepper, and you put that into taste, whatever your taste is, and then you just wait. Then once the onions have blanched and they're soft, we'll spoon them out, drain them and add them in. Okay, so when the onions are ready, you want them you're only putting them in the boiling water to soften them, make them translucent really, and then drain them with a spoon like that, because you want to keep the water. Put them in. Because we're going to use this onion water to make the stuff in itself. There we go. And all you do, just add a bit of water at a time, and then really mix in now, because you've got to mix everything in well and get that sage from underneath. There you go. The smell is lovely. I'll add much more water in a minute. Yeah, a bit more of this water. As I say, bit by bit, because you want it into that sort of stuffing texture where it's wet but it all sticks together, and that is about right. that sort of texture. Now what you can do, some people cook it, they'd level it out like that, and then they would in an oven proof dish obviously, and then you could put that in the oven, put a bit of butter on top and sort of spread it over, and put it in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes at about 180 degrees C, whatever that is in Fahrenheit, and that way it'll have a golden crusty top, but it'll be soft and fluffy underneath. Or as I do, I'll take this out and make stuffing balls and cook it alongside the meat in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, keeping an eye on it. And that's it. That's how you make sage and onion stuffing. One more thing is, if you were going to stuff a bird with this, turkey or a chicken, you would add 1 egg at this stage, or as you're mixing it, and then really mix it in well, and that will bind the stuffing together and stop it sort of disappearing and disintegrating inside the bird with the juices of the meat. So it'll sort of keep it together and bind it inside whatever bird you're stuffing it with. So that's the texture and consistency you want, where it's like a clump. And then, as I say, cook it whichever way you like then. So that's my method of making homemade sage and onion stuffing, and I should think it's a recipe being handed down by many generations of families over the years, and so I hope if you try it, you enjoy it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.